Shadowrun Returns, episode 1. So fucking high music. Maybe that works. So yeah, this is Shadowrun Returns, episode 1. It's isometric tactical turn-based RPG. I played these games before, but many years ago, and they just arrived on Xbox. So yeah, I'm gonna replay them here. So yeah, let's get into it. Create your character. I am a male. All humans have +3 karma to start the game. Karma is XP, I think. Or yeah, what you use to like level up your character, put points into skills and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna be human, male, and I'm gonna create our own character. Continue to stats. Karma represents the experience characters earn while running the shadows and achieving goals. Karma is used to improve attributes and skills. An attribute or skill rating can be increased by spending karma equal to the next increment of that rating. Thus, improving your body from 4 to 5 requires you to spend 5 karma points. You have some karma available available now to customize your character. And yeah, I'm gonna play Street Samurai with hacking. So we're gonna be focusing on ranged combat plus hacking skills. Guessing that's intelligence. So that's drone control. Oh, it's both. Yeah, okay. Quickness used to calculate the chance to hit in combat. Yeah, right. I need to increase the base skill. To put points here. And I want to go with rifles. Critical damage percentage visible, burst fire available, full auto available. Yeah, let's go with that. There. And then put some in intelligence. What is this like? Yeah, healing stuff. And yeah, it's decking plus this the effectiveness of like the programs you use, I think. strength is just melee attacks and grenades. Willpower is mana. Spellcasting. Charisma is. Use to calculate the chance to control spirit, increase the chance to hit with offensive conjuring skill, unlocks etiquettes that affects conversations. Ah, yeah, right. You get to choose to have knowledge in like certain societies and stuff. That should be good. Okay, here we go. Down and out. Your apartment, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's got 4 walls, a roof, and isn't on fire. Even the cockroaches have fled in search of better accommodations. Not exactly a runner's dream pad, but right now it's about all you have left. Running the shadows is all about feast or famine. One day you're Nova Hot, working jobs that allow you to eat at 5-star restaurants. The next, well, you're here. This one's a famine for the ages. Slagging Fixer hasn't called. The money's run out and then some. Sinless and free. Free to starve in the cracks of society, run by megacorps who just want your yuan. Something needs to change, and soon. Your computer, state of the art in 2050. Broken since 2051. Your notebook, calendar, contacts, that kind of thing. View your list of contacts. The list is sad, dried out. Carter, Detroit, Fixer, no response to messages. Dowd, Runner, dead. Felton Nash, Fixer, missing since February. New Larry, Runner, dead. Sam Watts, Runner, probably in the gutter somewhere. Sangoma, Runner, dead. Halfjack, Dealer, retired or dead. The list goes on, all either dead ends or just plain dead. View your personal calendar. It's empty, nothing to do. Put down your notebook. A slip of paper from your bank balance, enough to cover you through the end of the week. Sam Watts. The screen leaps to life, making you squint against its brightness. The face on the screen is laughing. Sam Watts. Hey buddy, hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. He giggles, he's drunk again, or worse. Where you been, Sam? I haven't heard from you in months. Another giggle. Oh, don't bother with your side of the conversation. I'm not really here. Just one reason for this vid. Someone finally geeked me. I'm dead. I probably had it coming. When you're an unsavory character like myself, you tend to associate with other unsavory characters who often partake in unsavory business, like you, for example. So why am I dead? Who knows? Probably my fault. I wonder where you are right now. I bet you hit a big payday and you're living high on the hog somewhere. Some of us are born winners and some of us are me. Hey, you remember that Renraku run when things went to hell and we lost Dowd? Or that makeshift saloon on the docks afterwards? I really had your back that night, didn't I? Dowd, that's a name you haven't heard in a long time. 3 years ago, makeshift bar in the Seattle docks, the night Dowd went down. Sangoma is an urban shaman who proved her worth during a run against Fuji last fall. She's the quiet type, an experienced runner. We're out in the open here, Dystopia. Our fixer owes us for the run, and for Dowd. We wait. Your call. You've been running with New Larry for about 6 months now. He's a combat mage with a bad tattoo and a bad attitude. He knew Dowd almost as well as you did. Dowd, never saw anyone die like that before. Idiot. He shakes his head. I hate this fracking city, Dystopia. It's wet and the rain feels like acid, and I want out of here. I get it. Now take a pill and relax. Sure, Dystopia. Sure, whatever you say. I don't know, Dystopia. Sam is a good guy and can hold his own in the fight, but he's been hitting the bottle pretty good lately. Never on the run, so far, but he needs watching. That run went sideways, 9 ways to Sunday. Now the fixer is late. That bastard better show. We need the money. I want to get paid as much as you, buddy, but we need to live long enough to actually drink the yen we earn. Cut the dreck, Sam. We both know why Dowd went down and wasn't the fixer or some other paranoid ship dream of yours. Sam smiles a toothy smile. I've been waiting for this all night. New Larry has something he wants to say, don't you, Larry? Go ahead, spill it. You were sloppy. He laughs. Sloppy? You think I was sloppy? You've been twitchy all day, son. Look at your hands, they're shaking. That true, son? Did you miss a beat back there? No, Dystopia, I didn't miss a beat. I was on my game the whole time. Remember, I was on point. New Larry was supposed to cover Dowd. Something dawns on him. He leans in to New Larry, amused and dangerous. We were set up, and he knows it. Don't you, Larry? What was that call you made before we hit Rendraku? How come you couldn't geek that guy before he unloaded on Dowd? I've seen you fling a lightning bolt, son. He should have been burnt to toast before his gun cleared the holster. New Larry checks his watch, licks his lips, looks over the shoulder at the darkness. He's looking for someone, and it's not the fixer. Okay, I can see where this is going. You shummers are damaged. I'm out. Hands where I can see them, asshole. He stops and a smile slowly appears on his face. What? You're gonna take my gun away, Dystopia? You know I don't need one. We've got incoming. New Larry relaxes and throws you a dreck-eating grin. Looks like my new Renraku friends are finally here. They're gonna take that hard drive off your corpse, buddy. We should choose our friends more carefully, Dystopia. Buy your drink after this? You'll owe me several. Combat movement. Welcome to combat. To move your active character, use the L stick to select the tile and A to move them there. Depending on the distance, this will cost 1 or more action points. Once you're happy with your position, press X to open your character skills. You are now in turn-based combat mode. Each character on your team has an action pool. Spend these actions on movement, attacks, or using spells and items. Once your team's turn is complete, the enemy will move and attack. Additional tutorial information is available from the reference guide, which can be accessed in the upper right corner of your PDA menu. Skill selection. Selecting a skill using cross or L stick. A panel with detailed information on the selected skill will appear above the skill bar. Confirm the skill with A to target an enemy. Just like moving, using your skills can cost 1 or more AP. Target selection. Select a target using the stick, the L stick or the cross. Use A to confirm. The pop-up with information and percentage indicator above their heads upon selection indicates your chance to hit. Depending on the item or skill, targets can be enemies, allies, or both. team can consist of multiple people and or summons, each of which have with their own AP and skills. You can cycle through them while in movement mode, as long as they still have available AP. On the far left of your HUD, you can see all available weapons for your current character. You can cycle through weapons by using the LB button. On the far right of your HUD, you can see your inventory. This is where you can find items such as spells, drones, or special abilities that are available to your current character. Checks out. Oh, that's the wrong character. Looks like your active character or teammate is severely hurt. To regain some HP, use cross to select one of the healing abilities on the right side of the abilities menu. Confirm the ability you want with A and use the targeting mode to select your character to heal. You can use medkits from your inventory or healing spells from a spellbook if your character can cast spells. If your character's HP is depleted, a trauma kit in your inventory will be used automatically. Trauma kits can also be used on teammates if they have been down. Note that like moving and fighting using abilities cost AP. Your weapon ran out of ammo. The weapon indicator on the left of your skill bar shows your current ammo status. Remaining ammo is indicated in blue. The amount of ammo consumed by skill is indicated in orange. When the gun is completely empty, you have to reload before being able to use the skill again. You can do so by selecting the weapon icon and pressing A. Confirm your selection by pressing A again. of these tutorial screens will only be shown to you once. If you need to see these helpful screens again, they can be re-enabled by marking the Enable in-game tutorial. Sam's breathing is heavy and he looks shaken. That was one hell of a thing. Part of life, Sam, you know that. You were born for this gig, Dystopia. Me, not so much. I think I'm gonna hang it up. Find a nice brothel somewhere. Stay drunk until I croak. What about you? Me, I do this. It's the only life I know. Well, you're a dumbass, and I'll drink to you when you're dead. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm not gonna outlast you. Guess you can drink to me. You stare at Sam's face on your comlink. Shake off the memory. Focus. I had your back that night, didn't I? No, I'm asking myself, who would care if I die? Who would give a rat's ass? Better or worse, your name is at the top of the list. Maybe it's the only name on the list. So I set up a dead man switch to send you this call. I got 100,000 yen insurance policy, payable when you find who creased me. Alive with a conviction or in a body bag with justification. Either works. Contact my law firm, Rogers, Mengert and McCain. When the job is done, they'll know what to do. He turns to his left. Chet? The camera swivels to show a well-dressed man sitting next to Sam. Pursuant to Mr. Watt's wishes, Rogers, Mengert and McCain has installed a secure, dedicated phone line, so you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We will then begin a verification process. Note that you must also have a secure landline to access this number. We will not accept transmissions from comlinks or other devices. The camera swivels back to Sam. Sam straightens up. Talk seriously. First time. Look, Dystopia, I've led a Drek life, and I probably left a Drek corpse. I've hurt people, hurt myself. I don't know. Maybe I just want the last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I sucked air for a while. What do you say? I say I traded a drinking buddy for a paycheck. Hope you just said yes. I've got a locator chip slotted in my head these days. When my heart stops, it'll activate. That's how you'll find me. See you on the slab. Rest in peace, Sam. See you in Seattle. The dead man's switch. Your plane hits the SeaTac tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Before long, you're sitting in the cramped backseat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of the Redmond Barrens. Organ grinders, a legal shop for body parts, whether from the living or the dead. If you're hurting bad enough for Nguyen, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. It's also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing the Barrens has to a morgue. Seems this is where Sam Watt's body has ended up. You open the door and are assaulted by a smell of death and bleach. Hovering over the recently departed is a small dwarf whistling a tune. His broad grin says, I love my job, a little more than you'd want or expect from someone in the shop trade. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, though it might just be stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. Sorry, I didn't expect any visitors at this hour, and some asshole at corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, sir? Are you the coroner? I'm John Dresden, the organ grinder's branch manager here. So yeah, that makes me this franchise area's coroner too. And you are? Dystopia. I'm here about Sam Watts. His grin fades, and what makes you think I know anything about that? Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I followed it here. I see. Well, you're right. He's here. Not too many people know about the murder yet, though. The press haven't caught wind of it yet. What with it being all the way out here in the Barrens. So who told you he was dead? Sam did when his heart stopped. 100,000 was wired to a secure account in my name. I find the killer, I get paid. The dwarf raises his eyebrows, a smile wiping the suspicion from his face. A dead man switch, eh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over there. It's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown. Emerald City Ripper? He sighs, not my title. That's what the Seattle press insists on calling the killer. All I know is that, like the original Jack, our Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel. But this one's even more twisted. He or she always removes an internal organ from the victim. What price did the Ripper take from Sam? Watt's liver was cleanly cut out. Whiz, what else? The first victim's heart was missing, and the third had a spleen removed. Dresden, get out here. Sam's body is half covered by a sterile surgical sheet, his face on ashen white, for the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest there's a small pencil, thin incision, covered in dried blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him and took it. Look at the business card. Moving things around, you can make out that it's a card from the place called the Seamstresses Union. There is something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it ineligible. Look at the cred stick. It's a standard, cheap, unsecured cred stick. No way of knowing what's on it without slotting it. Take the cred stick. You slot the cred stick into your PDA. 300 is added to your account. Look at the purple shirt. It's Sam's shirt. Several of the buttons are missing. The blood has thoroughly soaked it. The bag sloshes a bit in your hand. Look at the handwritten note. You can only see part of the note, given the torn off bits and blood stains. Sam, I feel terrible that we have been long. To say I'm sorry. See you there. Love, Jessica. Put down evidence bag. Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective, right out of the central casting. If you ignore the tusk's pointed ears and Neanderthal brow, you can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. So this new Ripper, Vic, Watts, name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? The coroner frowns, so you insisted at the time. He chortles. Come on, she offed herself. I had it on very good authority. Now let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. The Ripper case is my ticket to a lieutenant's badge. I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic, then removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed, with a slim hand that knows its way around the scalpel. Has a decent understanding of human and meta-human anatomy too. So I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon. Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days, it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. Could be anyone from the military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. You're no damn help, dwarf. The Lone Star detective finally notices you. You notice superhuman powers of observation. Who the hell are you? Are you the detective on this case? I was hired by Sam Watts to assist you in finding his killer. Drek you were. You get anywhere near my investigation and it would be you on the slab, human. He looks back at the dwarf. Dresden, get me more. I'm putting someone in a cell or a box this week and claiming my promotion. Dresden looks amused. Do you always make friends that easy? I don't do friends. He cocks his head to the side. Be straight with me. You're really gonna work for the dead man. A job's a job, and this one pays better than most. Fascinating again. Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convict his own mother if it meant another 10 yen a week in his paycheck. Plus, he's on the take. Dresden pauses, considering. You have honor, after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. On the take, who's paying to hold his leash? I don't know, but someone with some major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career and wallet. What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. You don't buy that? My name is on the report, but my actual findings left some doubts. I can't say that it wasn't suicide, but there were unusual bruises on her upper arms, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. What are organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of yen, but individual organs not worth as much anymore. What with all the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days. Organ grinders only deals in the recently deceased. There's plenty of other shops that aren't as picky though, and they don't care where the bodies come from. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in their first year of medical school, as do coroners, but neither profession uses them much anymore. It's possible some of the slimier shops still use scalpels, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. Have you heard of the Seamstresses Union? It's a nearby club in the Barrens that attracts lowlifes. You'll probably like it. Me, I'm not really the going out type. Always too much to be done around here. Plus the dead are just easier to get along with. I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Dresden looks up at you intently for a moment before speaking. You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around those body lockers in the back and see if you find anything useful? Okay then, I'll go do that. The cold storage drawer is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. Open the drawers. The cold storage drawer opens to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest. In addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen, the body seems to be in very good condition. Whoa, he's there. In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in the morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data jack drilled into his temples and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6 yet. Sorry, didn't expect to see you so live. Yeah, Dresden thinks it's pretty funny. You're not the first person who's pulled this one on. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I notice you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't after me, then what's your story? The latest Ripper victim, did you know him? Sam, eh? Glad someone cares. We used to drink together every now and then, over at the Union. Decent enough guy. Always in trouble over something or other, though. Jake yells towards the other side of the room. John, is this guy cool? Yeah, he's on the level, working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of dead man switch. I thought you could help him out. Maybe. Even stop moping around the shop all day. Thanks for volunteering me, he pauses. Might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell behind those shades. Alright then. Name's Jake, and you are? Nice to meet you, Jake. I'm just open. And well-mannered too. Such a rare thing in this city. Well, it sounds like you're taking a dive into the deep end here. John's right. I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam the other night. The night of the murder. Poor guy. He was hanging at the Seamstresses Union that night. Tripped out and rowdy. I'd be laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Mrs. Kubuta asked me to throw Sam out, so I did. He winces. Damn, maybe I need some soy caps after all. John, could you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup. My hands are dirty anyways. Now what's wrong with this intestine? You hear a loud squelching sound as Dresden continues his work. Thanks, John. You're a real pal. Anyway, there's a big fat corp bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't exactly go according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us. Damn gangers thought they could turn a quick profit off my head. Jake smiles, and you get the impression that didn't work out so well for the gangers. Sam stumbled off during the fight, though, and that's the last I saw of him. Until he turned up here, dead on arrival. Reminds me of my last day in this place. Do you know anything else? I know they found his body a block away from the Union, just lying there in broad daylight. That's the Barrens for you. Jake looks down, his expression masked by chrome and crimson glass. Shame though, wish I'd been there, if those slagging gangers hadn't come along. Tell you what, you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I could use a backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. Their leader's got a whole gang searching the barrens for me. I need to get rid of that asshole. In return, I'll take you to the place Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit these streets alone at night, trust me. Jake eyes you up and down, and maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. I do like a bit of street justice every now and then. Alright, Jake, count me in. Great, I've been hiding out here ever since that run-in with those Halloweeners. Whiny bunch of gangers. But this stretch of the Barrens is their turf. Hell, I'm surprised you even made it to the morgue in one piece, without packing some heat. He yells over his shoulder. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in the dumpster tomorrow. So you need a weapon? I like to keep my distance. You got a rifle? You don't like library windows, do you? Never mind. Here's a rifle you can borrow. So ready for an evening out on town? I'm ready. I'll follow your lead. The Halloweeners aren't looking for you yet. Measure physical resilience. For every point in body, hit points increased by 10. Determines the maximum cyberware affinity skill. Yeah, definitely want to put some points there. Why do I have 2 of these? The Redmond Barrens. Run in the Seattle sprawls, and sooner or later you'll find yourself in the Redmond Barrens. It doesn't matter your business. The Barrens doesn't like you. Take 1 part radioactive wasteland, 3 parts dog-eat-dog slum, add a dash of tourist trap, and you've got a recipe for mean as hell. You leave the sanitized death and formaldehyde of organ grinders behind, entering the anarchy and desperation on the streets. Jake stops a moment to breathe deeply, filling his lungs with motorcycle exhaust, radioactive dust, cordite, and who knows what else. He exhales with an expression of wry contentment. The stench and grime tell him he's home. My stash is just around the corner, in the alley. Hidden in the garbage strewn across the garbage-strewn alley is a high-tech safe with a mag card reader on the front. Open the safe with Jake's mag card. With a smooth hiss, the safe opens to reveal a collection of gear that is a perfect match for your skills. You take the gear. Hand over the loot, bozos. Got him, motherfucker. So welcome to the Barrens. Guess I'll need to find a new spot to hide my gear. Good dead ropes are so hard to keep. He chuckles. Well, at least they were too dumb to break my maglock. Now that you've got some gear, let's go deal with those Halloweeners. The man before you appears well-mannered but nervous. Excuse me, sir, I don't know you, but you look like you can handle yourself in a fight, and we need some help. What's your problem? Some thugs are shaking down the market we've set up here. It's been getting worse lately. I don't think we can afford to pay them anymore, but no one will stand up to them, and Lone Star isn't about to get them all. How many of them are there, and how much are you paying? I think there's only 2 of them right now. I can't talk about price, but Mrs. James will surely reward you fairly. Well, my current client is pretty patient. Where are they? Oh, thank you. Just keep heading north. You'll see it at the end of the street. The thug attempts to use his bulk and hideous breath to intimidate the shopkeeper. The old woman is holding firm, but you can see the thug's patience fading fast, and he looks like he's about to start breaking things. Who the hell are you? I heard about you. Why don't you piss off? You ain't a Halloweener? Why don't you buzz off? Because I'm sick of gutter punks like you. I knew you were just looking to cause static. Dash, ice this guy. Two attacks in one action that increases chance of critical. Use 5 bullets. Damage A. 5 attacks in one round that do half of normal damage. Minus 50% to hit. I cannot thank you enough. I hate to see this such bloodshed, but these men would not take no for an answer. We simply want to make our way in the world. The shopkeeper holds out a few yen. Please, it's the least we can do. Take the yen. Her clothes may be dirty, but this woman is far from downtrodden. Hey. Not that it's my business, but I wouldn't go that way. Nice to meet you too. Hey, just figured I'd give you the heads up. Those Halloweeners, they're stirring up trouble again. She points to the east. They rode in this morning on those fancy bikes, set up camp in the old street market. They've been marching up and down the street all day, shaking down anyone that wanders past. As we approach, the man sizes you up. You can see the age-old fight or flight equation running behind his drug-clouded eyes. Beneath the track marks on his arms, you spot a set of tattoos that indicate he's, or at least once, was a shaman. Hey man, are you okay? Yes, no, I saw something. It's going to kill me. Calm down, I'm Dystopia. What's your name? My name is Vlad. Vlad, those are some nice tattoos. Are you a shaman? The word shaman strikes a chord. He seems to shake off some of the mental cobwebs. Yes, I am a shaman. Thought so. Vlad, what did you see? See, yes, I saw something the other night. I saw a spirit so dark, so alien that Vlad trails off and shudders. Where did you see this spirit? Just across the street from the Seamstress Union. It's gone now, Vlad. It's not going to kill you. You're safe. Thank you. I think you're right. I feel better now. More whole. Now, I think I need some sleep. Okay. Don't go to the market. Halloweener Sentry. Hey asswipes, take another step forward and we're going to plant you right here. This is Halloweener property now. This is one of the two that got away. If I hadn't missed my shot, these idiots would have given up and moved on by now. Wait a minute, you're rolling with Jake? Bad idea, Shammer. The Halloweeners are collecting that bounty and killing you. Well, that'll be a nice bonus. Shouldn't I be able to heal someone else? It's weird. You're dead, Jake. Dead. Jump. Whoops. Welcome to the shadows. If I give her the cash, or let her keep the cash, do I get more karma? No, I don't. Okay. There's no point in being a nice guy then. Let's do a save here now. No quick save, that's a bit sad. I shouldn't get too close though. In case they pull out some more grenades. Jake. Hey. Hey, Dick. That went a bit better. Whoa, Uncle, I was just playing with you. I'll call off the rest of the Halloweeners, Jake. Call it even, yeah? Jokers like you don't need second chances. As you approach the scene of Sam's murder, Jake spies the flashing red and blue lights up ahead. Whoa, hold up a minute. Lone Star isn't above collecting on a corp issue bounty, and the one on my head isn't going away anytime soon. He sighs. Sorry, friend. I think this is where our paths diverge. Thanks again for the help with those Halloweeners. Here's your payment. They don't take me in where I'm going, and you look like you could use the fun. Likewise, Jake, give me a call when you're in the clear. Yeah, sure. He starts to leave and tilts his head back. Hey, one more thing. When you're done checking on your pal's crime scene, pop into the Seamsters Union. It's just down the street. You need gear information or just a damn stiff drink. That's the place to be. Best dive this side of Chicago. I used that place as a base of operations for years, back in the day. Make the right friends there, and I'm sure you'll get to the bottom of the Ripper business. Well, nice knowing you. Jake turns and disappears into the shadowy depths of the Redmond Barrens. The bright yellow police tape cuts through the darkness, directing your eyes to the white chalk outside and dark red stains marking the slab of pavement where Sam Watts died. Standing at the entrance to the alley is a Lone Star officer. The cop looks cold, hungry, and irritated at the homeless man who's currently pestering him. I keep telling you, I need to get my stuff from the alley, or I'm gonna die in the cold tonight. The officer sighs. And I've been trying to explain to you that this is an official Lone Star investigation, and I can't let anyone in here. Hey, I got right. Look, you sinless garbage. I've got a job to do. Find a new blanket, or I'll find a reason to use my stun baton. Typical. I hate all you pigs. He looks in your direction. Now what? Etiquette security. What? They didn't raid you? Damn operator's probably asleep again. I'm here to take over your shift. You can head back to the base. Yeah, where's your uniform? Come on, clearly I'm not with the Star. Private security contractor. Temporary assignment. Sounded like your boss is short a few guys this week. Yeah, we've been spread pretty thin lately. Anyway, it's about fragging time someone showed up. Thanks for the relief. It's worked like it's new. You can see that its Alice's normal light have been ruined. Upon closer inspection, it seems that they've all imploded, as if some force shattered them all at the same time. This looks like the coat and blanket that the old man was trying to get. Examine the area for evidence. As you shuffle the bundle of cloths to the side, a printed receipt falls out beneath the folds of the blanket. It's a bar tab receipt for the Seamsters Union, dated 2 days ago at 3:02 a.m. Right around the corner, reported time of death. The customer. The customer, Sam Watts. The server's name is listed as Coyote. Pick up the coat and blankets. There are two distinct sets of footprints. A human's ending at the shark outline, and the larger set, possibly orc or troll, following just behind the first. Amidst the shards of glass from the broken lights, you find a small piece of glass which looks like the bottom of the test tube. The streets have not been kind to this man, but they've also hardened him. This man is clearly a survivor, though one wrestling with the onset of age and arthritis. You, I saw you over there, with that rat bastard cop. What do you want? I think this coat and these blankets belong to you. My stuff, mighty decent of you. Don't see that kind of thing too often out here. Know anything about the murder that took place here? He squints at you suspiciously. You a copper or working for some cop? Just a freelancer. I need to ask you some questions. Good. I never tell those cops in salaryman nothing. What do you want? Did you see the murder? Nope, and I can't say I'm sorry I missed it. I was hauling crates for Mrs. James up at the market. Can't carry as many as I used to, so it took a while. Got back in here in time to see the couple of tourists puking all over my home turf. By then, that jerk face in the uniform had already set up shop in my alley. What else did you see that night? Well, earlier in the night, I saw a big and ugly troll in green hospital scrubs snooping around the block. He bought some donuts and 2 cups of soy calf over at Dannon there. Seemed nervous, and he did everything with his left hand because his right was all screwed up with some cyberware. Can you tell me more about Troll's cyberware? Well, it was big, and I think it must have had some hospital attachments because I saw some needles. It was a lot like one I saw back in 44 when I got captured by elves. They did all sorts of experiments on me. Let me tell you, never trusted one of them cyber people. That's all I need to know, thanks. See you around. Let's put another point in there. Seeing the HP could be useful. Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back. Damn the donut, man. The smell of fried food, powdered sugar, and slightly burnt soy calf is almost enough to overpower the dusty, savage stench of Redmond streets. The troll working the stand is covered in food stains older than he is. Did you see the murder in the alley across the way? Nope, I was closed when it happened. But hey, it's the Barons. A back alley killing is nothing new around here. The only reason the cops are making a big deal about this Ripper business is that some of the victims are real people, you know, folks with sins. What can you tell me about the Barons? The Barons, hell, if you have to ask, you probably shouldn't be out here. The stretch we're on is called Touristville, though, and I suppose is the closest thing around here to respectable. Fewer muggings, and you might even survive drinking the water if you're lucky. Wouldn't recommend it, though. He scratches his armpit. You sell some donuts to troll wearing scrubs last night? Maybe. What's it to you? I sell a lot of donuts to a lot of people. I know how Lone Star profiles metahumans. I tell him about the troll that brought donuts from me right before a murder. They'll haul him in just to see if anyone will pay the bail. Not today, my friend. See you around. The dwarf merchant is packing up her stand for the night. I'm closed. Come back tomorrow. You got a great view of that alley across the street. Don't suppose you saw the murder that happened there? Sure, I was closing up when I heard a series of explosions from behind the Union. Couple seconds later, this guy comes out, runs across the street. Didn't get a good look at him. Then all the lights in the alley exploded all of a sudden. Things got pretty quiet after that. And let me guess, you didn't go running over to see if that guy was okay. Hell no, round here that kind of thing gets you killed. Thanks for your time. No problem. Hey, Drummer. Got some tasty morsels for you. Just what every well-dressed Shadowrunner should have in his pocket. Let's see what you have. Kamikaze. Common stamina increases body +2, strength +1, willpower +1. Yeah, that's okay. The Seamstresses Union. Relative to the rest of the Barons, Touristville is a neon-clothed oasis. At its heart is the Seamstresses Union, housed in an old brownstone building on the corner of the what? Yeah, I've already played the game and I know it's fucking perfect, so yeah. Or well, maybe not perfect, but yeah, I love it, so you can have your 5-star. But you fucking interrupted me. House in an old brownstone building on the corner of illegal and opportunity. Bums huddle together. Gangers strut the street, and the occasional salaryman comes slumming. The Union building has been retrofitted, rebuilt, and restored so many times that it's like an aging starlet wearing too much makeup in an attempt to stay young. The wild ivy growing out of the gutters adds to this effect. As you enter, the murmur of hushed conversations washes over you. The dive bar denizens raise their heads, take your measure, and then go back to their business. This is the kind of place where everyone knows your name, but keeps to themselves. The bartender is a striking elf, sporting a perfectly toned body, perfect pouty lips, and perfect tapered ears. Her eyes harmonize, save me, and take me in equal measures, hitting just the right notes for the maximum extraction of tips. Hey there, I haven't seen you before. What can I get you? I found a bar tab with Coyote's name on it. She here? She looks worried. No, I think she's away on business. Business, huh? Is she a shaman with a name like Coyote? She laughs. No, she shot the Coyote once, thinking it was a shaman who double-crossed her. We've been calling her Coyote ever since. She's been missing since yesterday. Some people think the Ripper got her, but I know her. Coyote can take care of herself. She starts to turn away when a man with the face of a survivor and the seal of a convert tugs at her arm hard. It's clear the two have a history. They try to keep their voices low, but the intensity of their conversation makes them easy to overhear. Sherry, you have to listen to me. If you stick around here, you could end up dead or worse. The Ripper is out there, and he's real. That last killing happened just down the block, and now Coyote's missing. They'll probably find her tomorrow in a dumpster, without her head. Come on, Sherry. Come on, Sherry Bomb, think. I think plenty, Shane. I'm getting a freak from UV in neuroprosthetic studying under old Germans. I don't know, yeah. And how am I paying for it? Bartending. Oh, I'm getting a PhD freaking D from UV in neuroprosthetic studying under old Germans. Yeah, okay. Now it makes more sense. And how am I paying for it? Bartending. Tips. There are faster ways for a Baron's girl to earn that kind of scratch, but I'm not taking them. So what do you want from me? I want what you want, a better life, a better world for everyone. The Universal Brotherhood can give you that. I've heard this all before. This isn't some trick to get us back together. Things are different now. I'm different now. The Brotherhood. Cherubom's pretty face is hard, armored in lipstick, and low expectations. The Universal Brotherhood is for other people, Shane. Rich Bellevue types who can afford their membership fees and voluntary donations. This isn't about money. It's about binding the world together in brotherhood. Come with me. Attend a discovery meeting. Get to the core of who you are. I heard Lynn Telestrian give a talk last night called The New Family of the Sixth World. I've got a family right here, Shane. They're drunks and lowlifes and whores, and I'd choose them over any of your Brotherhood members. Now, Buzz, I need to get back to work. With body language that leaves no question that the conversation is over, Cherubom turns her back on me. Sorry, I got interrupted. I heard he's got the strength of the righteous, doesn't he? Her pretty eyes narrow. Be careful about those conversations you listen in on. Some folks aren't as friendly as I am. You've got a look that says you're not just here for entertainment. Show you a badge? I think you know the answer to that. She regards you with a smirk. I do. You're independent. We're trained to spot a bronze the minute they walk in here. Something I can help you with? I have a few questions. Ask away. Who was that you were talking to? Shane, old boyfriend. He used to work here. Then one day he saw a billboard for the Universal Brotherhood, and that was that. Went to a meeting, made new friends, moved in with them. I was happy for him, until he started coming around trying to recruit me. I don't need that trick. Ever heard the name, Sam Watts? She nods. Sam was a regular customer, and a regular pain in the ass for as long as I've been here. Talked a big game, but he was always broke. As soon as he got any money in his pocket, it went straight to his head. Chips, drugs, or booze. Coyote had a soft spot for him, no? Did you see Sam on the night he died? No, that was Coyote's shift. Who runs this place? I want to talk to them. That'll be Mrs. Kabuto. She's in the back room. You can't miss her. Thanks for the intro. I appreciate the help. Gutter punks have to stick together. Talk to you later. Hey guy, I got some extra outfits I'm trying to unload. You want first dibs? I'll take a look. The Black Hat. Can I afford it? Yeah, let's buy it then. The Asian woman's expression reads open for business, but her demeanor reads dealer rather than companion. She has a jack on her neck, a gun on her hip, and a chip on her shoulder. She eyes you with a sneer. You look like you're way around. Need something? Weapons? Matrix techs? Show me what you got. Posted at the doorway to the VIP section is a tower of troll muscle wrapped in an impossibly tailored suit. Whether the product of good genes or expensive aftermarket cosmetic works, the troll's gleaming horns perfectly frame his face, and his polished tusks and goatee accentuate the set of lantern jaw. Welcome, please behave yourself. Will do. You get trouble in here often? Nothing a stern look can't usually solve? You have business here? Looking into the death of Sam Watts. Heard about that. Real shame what happened to him. There's a sharpness in Clue's eyes, the look of a man who has seen much and earned wisdom at a young age. I figured Sam was the type who needed to be thrown out on occasion. Encouraged to call it a night, I'd say. Sam was drunk, but he usually wasn't a violent one. Usually? What about the night he died? He was a bit agitated, didn't catch the specifics, might have been over a woman. Thought I was going to have to show him out, but I had to deal with a couple of rival go-gangers posturing for one of the working girls upstairs. Jake helped Sam out instead. Thanks for the info. No problem. The man is dressed like a janitor, but is wearing unusually clean overalls. He's tall, rail thin, and has a cunning look in his eyes. That says he's more than just a maintenance man. Howdy, name's Johnny Clean. You new? Yeah, first time. Just getting a look at the place. Well, enjoy yourself. This looks like your type of place. I'm just sweeping up a bit. Covered in glowing magical talismans and fetishes, the troll does not seem fully of this world. He mumbles to himself constantly, apparently participating in several conversations at once, but with entities you can neither see nor hear. I told you, it's not like that at all. Bring me proof and you shall have it. I am honored, your majesty. That was why I said to use mustard instead of catsup. Forgive me, Jean, I was a fool. He looks you in the eye. He saw the conversations on hold. You may peruse my magical wares and see their glory. Mrs. Kabuto watches you cross the room, sizing you up as you approach. As you get closer, you can see she's of mixed race, African and Japanese. Her demeanor says, "This is my house, mess with it at your own peril." But her eyes twinkle with a playful light when she speaks. Konbanwa, good evening. Konbanwa, good evening. Are you enjoying the Seamstresses Union? There should be plenty for a man like you to enjoy. She eyes you closer. Is this business? I'm tempted to ask what's upstairs. But not tempted enough, she laughs. Tell me, Ome, what is it you're looking for? I'm looking for information. She eyes you suspiciously. Of course you are. Knowledge is power, no? So I've been told. Ahsoka, and why should I help you? Sam Watts, I'm looking for his killer. Her face brightens, amused. Ah, so you are the little insurance policy he would go on about when he was drunk. He's an avenging angel who would strike back from him from beyond the grave. How well did you know Sam? I knew it. We all did. Sam was a regular here. Whenever he could beg or borrow enough yen to become altered in some way. Drugs, chips, alcohol. It didn't matter to Sam. As long as he was bent, he was always looking for his next fix. He clung to this place like it was his lifeline, and we treated him as part of our family, even if no one of us truly liked him, except Coyote. Did you see Sam on the night of his death? He was here, quite inebriated, as he often was. Coyote was working the bar that night, and she informed me that Sam was getting rowdy and belligerent with other customers. When I requested he leave, he refused. My bouncer, Mr. Clue, was off dealing with another issue, so I requested that Jake escort Sam out the back door to the alley. That was the last I saw of either of them. One more question. Can you tell me where to find Coyote? Her face darkens. Would that I could. I have not seen her in 2 days. She is a smart woman and quite dangerous, but I fear for her. If she is smart, why fear for her? Because she is in a dangerous line of work, and there is always someone smarter, more prepared. Her room is upstairs. If you're looking for her, I invite you to examine it. You may be able to uncover her whereabouts. I would not normally betray her privacy in this way, but she's missed 2 shifts now, and cannot be reached on her comm. It is unlike her. If something has happened, I will not have inaction on my conscience. Here's the key. There's a mid-grade security panel attached to the nearby door. It's set to require a password for entry. Decking, hack the panel. The stuffed bear seems to be hiding something. Looks like Coyote keeps her clothes in boxes on the floor. The stand is littered with action movies and cigarette butts. The stand is a frame painting of Chicago skyline, done in stylized silhouette. Coyote's bed has a diary with several papers sticking out of it. Open the diary for the first paper. There's a receipt stuck between the pages and a diary entry. Read the diary entry. I came back from my shift to find 4 of Paco's goons sleeping on our apartment floor. It's getting fragging ridiculous. I want to be with him, but with the real Paco. But this cutter dreck keeps messing everything up. I love it, but he's totally different with his gang. It's how I make cash, baby, he always says. I tried to tell him he doesn't need the cash. I can support us both with what I make at the Seamstresses Union. But he still goes on these runs, with these bozos all over my floor. I feel like he's just seeing how far he can push me before I kick him out. I try to be patient, but why does it have to be all one way? Inspect the receipt. A receipt for Browning Max power pistol from Gin Parks downstairs, with the note saying how big guns and on hot women turn on. Flip to a different page. Open the diary to the second paper. The paper has a handwritten poem on it and a diary entry. Read the diary entry. Sometimes it seems like Paco reads my mind, on my diary, or my diary. Maybe he does the latter. I wouldn't be surprised. Hi, Paco. Ever since last week, he hasn't mentioned the cutters once. He leaves the apartment with see you in a few hours, babe, and return later without a comment. I don't know if it's really going to help for us to avoid the subject in conversation completely, but I have felt better without our constant arguing about it. The last 2 nights I've come home from work to Paco waiting up for me, slouching on the old dumpster couch with a novel 4 inches from his face. I imagine that as I turn the key in the door, he perks up and wakes himself look especially studious for when I get the door open. He seems superficially surprised to see me, but I love this little act. Read the poem. Let's just say that Paco should stick to guns and motorcycles and leave the poetry to others. Flip to a different page. Open the diary's 3rd paper. There's a receipt and an old photograph stuck between the pages. Look at the picture. The picture shows a young girl with a caramel skin and dark brown hair. She has a snake wrapped around her arm, yet she's smiling. The back of the photograph has shadow scrawled on it. Inspect the receipt. Cash on delivery receipt for a special order. 5 pounds of zebra meat from Morris Meat Emporium, located near Pike's Place Market. A receipt for a wall safe installed near the bathroom door. Set the combination of 342436. I need to remember that. Great. Input the code found in Coyote's diary. The safe beeps cheerfully in response and the door comes open. Coyote's computer is ancient, probably fished out of a junkyard. It doesn't even have a data jack, and the cracked display is covered with fingerprints. Tapping the keyboard causes the dust-caked fans to spin up, only to display on-screen password. Without the password, the only other option on screen is password recovery. Run a brute force password crack. The crack easily unhashes the password. Trust no one, and you are transferred to the desktop. The computer has a basic list of applications. Calendar. 3 days ago, meet with Delilah about the gig. Today, meet Paco for date at Pike's Place Market, due in 30 minutes. Contacts. Coyote's contact list has exactly one entry, someone named Paco. There's no comlink number or other contact information for him available. This does not seem like a very useful list of contacts. Access history. A quick scan of her recent searches shows that Coyote has been reading a great deal about hellhounds. It also suggests more than a casual interest in vintage action figures. Leave computer. How can I help you? Do you know Paco? He's a ganger, a member of the Cutlers. He is a good kid in the nasty line of work. I warned Coyote against getting too attached to that type. They don't live long. Have you heard of Maury's Meat Emporium? Her face twists in disgust. No, I am a vegetarian. Did you know Jean Park sold Coyote a gun recently? I'd be more surprised if she hadn't. Bouncers can deal with most of the troublemakers, but around here you need a gun just to take trash out to the dumpster. Coyote has a date with Paco at Pike's Place Market in the next half hour. If you would go down there, it might bring me peace of mind. I'll call a cab for you. It should be able to get you there in time. Gunbutte Kudasai. Good luck. Did you sell a Browning Max Power to Coyote the bartender? Hey guy, I'm discreet. I don't talk about that. My clients or what they buy. Bad for biz. However, I'm sure she would recommend me if she was a customer, which I'm not saying she is. She can't remember you if she's dead. Did she say anything about why she wanted it? All she said was that she was looking for stopping power. Ease back on the drama. No thanks, not interested. You catch a cab from Touristville to Pike Place Market in a mercifully quiet ride that takes you from probably going to be mugged to probably going to pay too much for your drinks. Compared to the urban wasteland of the Barrens, the downtown area is filled with modern buildings, lighted streets and unbarred shops, all living beneath the shadow of the massive corporate archaeology. For many, these archaeologies are home. For others, they are hulking monuments to where the world went wrong. Famous for its fishmongers, Pike Place Market has been around since the early 1900s, overlooking the bay. Now it's a market for all things, legal and illegal, a melting pot of the haves and have-nots, even though most of the shops are closed. The sights, sounds, and the smells of the market hit you from the moment you step out of the cab. The handsome young man turns away from the crowd and fixes you with his completely undivided attention. Sir, you are a beautiful human, but you could be so much more.
What are you selling? I'm not selling anything. We are giving away the secrets to a more fulfilled, happy, and productive life. Okay, I'll buy it. What are the secrets to a more fulfilling, happy, and productive life? The first step is to simply come and listen. Tomorrow night, Lynn Telestian will be speaking about the importance of family in the sixth world. Please join us tomorrow, and the secrets to a better life shall be revealed to you. He smiles and turns back to the crowd. Yeah, I'm sure. Refurbished flowers. The kid in front of you sports the trademark yellow of the Cutters gang. Young, clean-shaven. He stands like he owns the street and everyone on it. He seems distracted though, glancing around with increasing agitation. He looks over as you approach. Watch yourself, what do you want? You wouldn't happen to be looking for Coyote, would you? That's none of your fragging business. Who the hell are you? I'm the one who's going to pretend you have better manners. I need to find Coyote. And I need you to tell me why you think that's my problem. I'm not her boss. Find her yourself. I was just at the union. She's missed 2 shifts, and Mrs. Kabuta hasn't been able to reach her on her comm. The tough guy swagger seems to drain out of Paco. The cutter is gone, and before you stands a kid in a yellow jacket that doesn't quite fit. Coyote's missing? Oh man, that would explain. She was supposed to meet me here over an hour ago. Look, sorry for getting in your face like that. What else do you know? If she's missing, I need to find her. Do you know of a fixer named Mr. Delilah? Coyote had a meeting with him a few days ago. I know him, sure. Blake doesn't allow any cutters to take side gigs, though, so I got no reason to deal with him. Coyote hasn't said anything about taking new work. Wait a minute, Drek. I know where she went. Damn, why couldn't she wait? Damn it. Tell me where she went. The Royal Apartments. The landlord, Stevie J, runs a drug ring out of that hellhole. Coyote grew up there. Doesn't like to talk about it much. She's been looking for a way to settle the score with that guy for years. A few days back, I heard Mr. Delilah was looking for runners to steal some sort of item out from under Stevie J's nose. She must have taken the job, I'm sure of it. And if his thugs caught her, there's a grim determination in Paco's eyes. I'm going over there. You coming? Well, she's my only lead. Let's do this before I change my mind. Your only lead? Hey, what the hell do you want with her anyway? None of your business. I just have some questions for her. You want my help or not? Paco looks at you warily. Fine, but that better be it. Now let's get moving. The Royale is just a few blocks from here. Paco power. I got dog on a stick here. Yeah, that sounds delicious. The small meat stand presents an enormous diversity of dead animals, from cow and canine to the exotic and paranormal. The picture on the back of the stand features a much older version of the man in front of you. As soon as he notices Paco, the proprietor's eyes become hard and angry. What do you want? You know we can't afford more. Relax, man. My friend just have a question. You must be more. Do I look like a fat old man to you? I'm Manny. Moore's my dad. Now what do you want? What would someone want to buy zebra meat for? Some people eat it, but I wouldn't recommend that. Tough as nails. We mostly sell it to corp security teams who use it to reward their hellhounds. The flamers go crazy for that stuff for some reason. Oh, Drek. That's why Coyote wanted zebra meat. Everyone talks about the pet hellhound Stevie J keeps locked up somewhere in the Royale, and if she never picked it up. Whatever. Anything else? I have this receipt for an order of zebra meat. Still have it for me? I'll look it up. Yeah, got it right here. 2 days past the pick-up time. Didn't think anyone was going to come for it. Here, it's all yours. Do you know someone named Coyote? No, I don't go in much for the shaman stuff. What's your problem with Paco? Why don't you ask him? What the hell is that supposed to mean? It means that your gang likes to stroll through here and leave us merchants of our new end. My dad stood up to them, and he's still in the hospital. Look, that's not my problem. I'm at the bottom of the cutter ranks anyways. I couldn't do dreck about that even if I wanted. Tell that to my dad. I don't have time for this. We need to find Coyote. Alright, Paco, let's get moving. As your eyes adjust to the flashing lights, you spot the body of a woman, dead on the pavement, behind the police line. Panic spreads across Paco's face. Oh no, is that Coyote? This isn't happening. God damn it. Put yourself together, take a look, is that her? Paco steps forward and breathes a huge sigh of relief. No, it's not her, thank God. Look, let's not hang out here too long, alright? Too many Lone Star pigs around. Paco looks over at the victim again. It's too bad, whatever happened here. I'm not going to let anything like this happen to Coyote. Yeah, I can investigate that later. The orc before you wears the standard stuffer shack employee getup. The uniform is well kept and well fitted, but a tear streaming down his face. Crooked face do little to improve his appearance. He does not seem to notice your approach. Hi friend, everything okay? No, the orc takes a deep breath before looking up. That's my friend on the pavement over there, Blind Lucy. We worked here 3 years together, and now, well, I guess the Ripper got her. Seen anyone strange in the store lately? I see weird stuff every day. It's a stuffer shack. But no, nothing stranger than usual. Did Lucy have any enemies? Well, I'm not sure. I know she had an ugly breakup with her boyfriend after getting those new eyes put in. That guy was pretty upset for some reason and wouldn't leave Lucy be until she filed for a restraining order. That all seemed to die down a while ago. When was the last time you saw Lucy? Here at the shack earlier today. I think she was heading to the market to meet a friend. Hell, I was going to join her on the way home, but we got some last-minute customers, he sighs. Blind Lucy. Well, Lucy wasn't completely blind, but she was legally blind. She had to wear these huge glasses and hold things right up to her face, but she got new eyes about a year ago. Any idea how she scored new eyes? No, she wouldn't talk much about it. Just called it a stroke of good luck. I guess that luck ran out. That's all I need to know. Thanks for your help, and I'm sorry for your loss. Wait, you wouldn't happen to be part of the investigation, would you? In my own way, why do you ask? Well, Lucy had this necklace, an intricate little carving of a dragonfly on it. Wore it every day. Said her mom gave it to her when she left Denver. Anyway, you know how Lone Star is. All of her stuff will be bagged and placed in evidence storage until the seventh world awakens. I just thought if you could somehow get that necklace back before Lone Star cleans everything up, I could send it back to her family. I feel like I owe her that much. I understand. If I can find it at the scene, I'll bring it to you. Thank you for your help, friend. You know where to find me. Actually, let's go explore that. The scene. A tall, emotionless Lone Star officer blocks entry to the crime scene. Behind her, you spot the lively face of the organ grinder's Coroner Dresden. This is an active Lone Star investigation. Please step away from the barrier. Detective Dystopia, Auburn Precinct. We have reason to believe the victim may have been involved in an illegal BTL smuggling ring we're investigating. I'd like to examine her belongings for evidence. Badge and SIN, please. Well, it's all right, officer. He's with me. Dresden steps up to the barrier with a warm grin. The officer looks at you with poorly concealed skepticism. Okay then, make it quick. Lying on the pavement is the body of a young human female. Her eyes have been gouged cleanly out, and you notice a string of bite marks along her left arm. You scan the ground near Lucy's body and spot a small wooden object, mostly hidden beneath the dead woman's hair. This must be the necklace Frank was talking about. A thin broken cord trails off to one side. It must have snapped during the struggle. Lay down to pick up the necklace. As you start to reach the necklace, a slim black Lone Star boot slams down on the pavement. And what do you think you're doing? Just reaching for my wallet. I'd like to make a contribution to the Lone Star Morale Fund. I see. Well, thank you for your contribution, citizen. Don't forget that necklace you dropped. The officer smoothly pockets your money and turns away. Lean down to pick up the necklace. You pick up the necklace. It's an intrinsically carved piece of wood in the shape of a dragonfly, with small turquoise stones set within its eyes. The wood feels very sturdy for its weight. With genuine wood, such a rarity in the sixth world, this piece might be worth quite a bit to the right buyer. Plain clothes Lone Star officer before you sports a tacky hat and crooked grin to match. So you're the one who's working for the dead man, eh? McCluskey warned us you might be sniffing around after the Ripper. Lucky for you, I got here before McCluskey. I'm Officer Aguirre. Pleased to meet you. Now, seeing as this crime scene is going nowhere fast, what can I do for you? What can you tell me about the murder that took place here? Not much, really. We know it was about 3 hours ago, and we know that her eyes have been surgically removed. Didn't need Dresden to figure that much out. He's been looking at the body though, so we might have more. Me, I've been scanning the rest of the scene and looking for witnesses, but no luck so far. Dan Ripper might as well be a ghost. I take it you and McCluskey don't exactly see eye to eye. Let's just say McCluskey and I have conflicting interest. Do you have any leads on the Ripper that I should know about? Plenty, if you ask McCluskey, but the truth is, we're as clueless as you probably are. Thanks for your time, officer. Hey, hold on a minute. You haven't put in a donation for the Lonely Orphans Fund. The Lonely Orphans Fund? Yeah, see, you make a contribution to the fund. I put you on the list and let you know the next time we find any orphans that you might be interested in. Well, I'm always interested in finding out about any new orphans you discover. Excellent. Shall we say 300 yen? All right, you've got the deal. Give Officer Aguirre the yen and your comlink code. His face splits into a wide grin. Excellent. I'll start an account for you. We get any useful new leads on the Ripper, I'll give you a call. Now, I'd better get back to work before McCluskey shows up. See you around. The elf standing before you may quite possibly be the ugliest elf you've ever seen. His meticulously clean lab-cloth format jacket and an old-fashioned bow tie give him the look of an undertaker from centuries past. He notices you approach and locks eyes with you, smiling a thin, unnerving smile. Hello there, stranger. Might I inquire, do you know which organ grinder's facility this body will be moved to? Who's asking? The elf giggles, a strange, high-pitched warble you would not expect to emerge from his misshapen face. Oh, I'm no one of consequence. Never mind that, though. A good evening to you and your friend the coroner. So what brings you out here? Hot on the trail of the dead man's killer? Coincidence, believe it or not. I take it you have stumbled across another Ripper murder? Yeah, that's what it looks like. As you can see, the Ripper went for the eyes this time. Pretty clean work. I gotta hand it to him. A Ripper knows what he's doing. Or she, I suppose. What do you know about the victim? Well, not much. Dresden scratches his head absent-mindedly, probably breaking some sort of sanitation protocol. She's been dead for about 3 hours. Her name was Lucy Warden. Worked at the Stuffer Shack just around the corner. Looks like she was just leaving work when it happened. Can you tell if she was subdued in some way before her eyes were removed? That's the strange thing. There don't seem to be any signs of a struggle. Not a single bruise on her body. Yet she was clearly alive when the eyes were taken. Died of blood loss shortly thereafter. As to what knocked her out, I won't know until I can run some tests back at the lab. I thought you ran the Redmond franchise. Isn't Piker Place a little far from home? Yeah, well, I don't really mind the change of scenery. The coroner for the downtown branch is out on maternity. So I told the management that I'd cover for her on this one. Plus, I want that sicko caught. What about the bite marks on her arm? Completely unrelated. It appears to be some wild dog dragged the body out here from the alley some time after her death. Any sign of magic use here? There was evidence of an unusual explosion in the alley where Sam died. Now there's an interesting thought. No, nothing obvious though. I'm sure when McCluskey shows up, he'll call in a full magical forensic team though, just to be sure. So the Ripper takes Sam Watt's liver and this woman's eyes. Any theories? Trophies of some sort, I suppose. Probably of some symbolic significance to the killer. Beyond that, I couldn't speculate. Did you notice a particularly ugly elf standing over there in the crowd earlier? Huh, where? Dresden scans the spectators surrounding the crime scene. He's gone now, but he was asking about the body, wondering which organ grinder's facility it will be taken to. Interesting. Well, there's those who might be interested in purchasing some of her parts, sure, but that's pretty poor form to inquire at the site of a murder. An ugly elf, eh? I'll keep an eye out. Shouldn't be hard to spot if he comes around. Sergeant Guire over there seems pretty friendly. Can I trust him? He chuckles. Yeah, that sounds about right. Any opportunity to get in McCluskey's way, he'll take it. A bit sleazy, sure, but I'd take a Guire over McCluskey any day of the week. That's not a question. Thanks, Dresden. Hey, I figure if I help you out, there's a better chance to get this scumbag off the streets a little sooner. McCluskey wants the Ripper in a cell. Sure, but he couldn't care less if it takes another dozen murders. Good luck out there, eh? Dresden starts to turn back to the body, then stops. Speaking of McCluskey, you should probably get going soon, before he shows up. Frank looks up as you approach. We're able to find Luce's necklace. I've got it, sure. I don't recall if we discussed payment yet. He sighs. Look, here's 200 yen. It's all I can spare. Deal. Here's the necklace. As I take the necklace from you, you can sense a weight lifting from Frank's shoulders. I'm glad I can do this much for Lucy, at least. Thank you for your time. Hey guy, you have any extra yen? Just need some sucrosum from the shack over there. No way, Big Brain. If that's how you want it. Oh, really not. Crazy junkies. Paco, come on, guy. Let's go find Coyote. Okay, I'm ready. The Royal Apartments. You roll up on the most impressive bit of tenement squalor you've seen in a long time. There's a few street lamps here, and what light there is flickers with uncertainty. Most of the buildings are damaged and tagged. The smell of old rotting trash mixed with you don't want to know is overwhelming. It's no wonder people living here turn to BTLs. Anything's better than this. The better than life ships is the newest drug on the market. You don't need a good life. You can slot someone else's, live through them, and wreck your brain in the process. The front doors of the Royal Apartment aren't even locked. As you step inside, you can hear a junkie crying for another hit. It's time to find Coyote and find out what she knows about the night of the Samp murder. The Royal Apartments, what a hold. Can't imagine what it was like for Coyote growing up here. Paco trails off. We're here to take care of business. Let's get to it. If Coyote's here, we have to hurry. She's good, but well, these BTL guys pay to stay well informed. They may have known she was coming. The woman scratches herself like a cat at the couch leg. Please, can you spare some yen? My crucifix a little light, too, lady. What can you do for me in exchange? I got nothing left to give, guy. It all goes to BTLs, everything. Please, just a few yen. Maybe I can cred you for some information. Have you seen a woman come through here today, armed and looking for trouble? Yes, no, hell. What do you want me to say? I'll tell you anything, everything, please. She drops to her knees, pleading. You're too far gone to help me, or anyone. Like a lazy pigeon, he watches you approach. You're not from around here, are you? I don't want any trouble. Easy, Gramps, I'm just looking for information, then I'm gone. Bad day to come around here unexpected. Bit of a commotion upstairs. Stevie's men are twitchy. This pretty young thing came through earlier, snooping around like you two are. I could tell she weren't here for BTLs. Don't know how she got upstairs, but there was a lot of gunfire than there usually is this time of day. That's not good. Did you see her come back down again? Nope. Couple of Stevie's men came round, asking what anyone saw. Kept my mouth shut, I did. Where's Stevie holed up? He's got the whole top floor all to himself. Fancies he's the king around here. Sounds like Coyote's run went sideways on her. Hey, old man, you know how to get upstairs. You've been right friendly, but I can't get on the wrong side of Stevie J. I'm sure you understand. You already stuck your neck out to help us. We'll find another way. The wall is crumbling here. Through a hole you can see a rickety stairwell leading up, but it seems it can only be accessed through the locked apartment next door. Looks like there's a hole in the wall behind the dresser. Move the dresser. The wall is crumbling here. Through a hole you can see a rickety stairwell leading up. Stop your pleading. Your boy has debts and we're collecting. Please, Riker, no. He's my son. Get your ass back in your squat before I break something else. I'll send him upstairs instead. You want me to give him to Stevie? Maybe after he kills that girl we caught. You pig, give Zipper back now or you'll bleed on me. Zipper's gone. Get yourself a new kid. He covers his face with his hands. Oh God, no. Please, no. This is my home. Get out. What was that all about? Why do you care? It's my son. That bastard took my son. Who took your son? One of Stevie J's goons, Riker. He runs that filthy BTL squad across the hall. My son Zipper, he's not a strong boy, and Riker knows it. Lured him in with those damn chips. Better than life. Ha! What's life? And now they're torturing him in there. What's a BTL and why do they need your son? They don't have BTL where you come from. It's an illegal type of Simpsons recording. You know, a recording of brain patterns or something. They slot it into your head and it's like you're there, living whatever it was they recorded. But these guys remove all the safety limiters from the Simpsons and get people addicted. Riker over there has his own recording studio, so he can make his own product. They're using my son as a guinea pig to record a torture BTL. So that's his boss, Stevie J's upstairs, can torture anyone he likes just by slotting the chip. Doesn't even have to lay a hand on them. Overheard them say they have a special guest up in the penthouse right now. That must be Coyote. They've got her up there. Keep together, Paco. She's still alive. Stay frosty. Yeah, you're right. I'll be okay. What about my son? I'll see if I can save your son while we're saving our friend. Thank you. Haven't seen you before, guy. Looking to go somewhere special? A scream echoes through the pipe of the rotten wall. Hard to tell where it's coming from. What was that sound? He smiles with his mouth, but his eyes says predator. Who knows? Could be anything. Probably someone riding the wrong end of a Yakuza execution detail. We get all kinds. I can hook you up if you're interested. I need to get to the top floor. Nobody goes up there without Stevie J's say so. You best stay here and have some fun. Takes a smart guy to run a setup like this. Want to make a deal? I'm a businessman. What you got for me? I'm here to wreck Stevie J's shit. It's going to happen, so I can add you to my to-do list, or you can step aside and when the smoke clears, you run this PTL job. Get out now and never come back, and you won't end up dead like the rest of Stevie J's goons. You make a persuasive case. I think I'd prefer to live. Here's the passcode for the elevator down the hall. Now show me where that man's son's zipper is, and you're off my list. Hero, huh? Don't say that every day. Shut your mouth and show me the way. Who are you? Get out. Can't you see I'm working here? Please, cough. Please help me. Shut it, zipper. We're almost done. As for you, leave or I'll put you under the knife next. I like your friend out there. I can tell you're not going to be reasonable. Afraid that means I have to kill you. I don't know who you are, but thanks. You got lucky today, kid. If I were you, I'd play it safe from now. You don't get lucky twice. Oof, I don't think I can move. Can you at least tell my dad? Take the BTL recording. You access the computer, BTL library. The database has a vast array of BTLs covering all topics, from disturbing and sad to romantic and adventurous. Send a happy BTL to the plugged-in junkies. The database has a vast array. Back to main menu. Recording studio. Elevator controls. You cut through the feeble security protocols with ease. Elevator passcode. You quickly scribble down the sequence of numbers that appears on the screen. You saved my son yet? Yes, but he's not doing too well. Thank you so much. Enter the passcode. Push the button for penthouse. Yeah, why is there two? Just hope if we go up there, I'm not leaving until we find Coyote. Push the button and go up. Stevie J's penthouse apartment might have been nice at one point, in time, classic even, but now it's filled with neon tube lighting, broken down furniture, piles of rubbish, and crates of containing who knows what. Still, compared to the rest of what you've seen, it's positively palatial. The only thing marring the penthouse pseudo-luxury is a woman's cry of pain in the distance, followed by laughter. Someone's being tortured for another's pleasure. You step deeper into the apartment. What the? Who are you? Oh, you're gonna pay. Run attack, boys. Get the big guns. A raspy, manic voice booms over the penthouse PA system. You really think you can come in here and shoot up my place? Do you know who I am? I know who you are. You're the guy I'm gonna kill. What? Why can't I throw a grenade? Oh, maybe it costs 2. It probably costs 2. Yeah, that's not great. Damn it with your grenade. Don't conserve ammo. Fucking stun grenade, eh? Oh shit. But no, I can't. And with a bloody gurgle, Stevie J is no more. The late Stevie J's passcodes. Whoa. The room beyond the bars is a stinking jumble of burned flesh and dog flop. Open the door. Let's go see if we can loot some shit. Might be one of those that you get, go out straight away. Whoa. Found another door. Find a small velvet bag filled with precious gems. Some loose nyan is laying on the crate. One sec. Sorry, I had a phone call. Coyote is badly injured, but she's managing to hold it together. No time to talk. Coyote kneels and picks up a fallen guard's shotgun. It's time to finish this. It is finished. Yeah, straight to Seamstress's unit. Return to the Union. Despite Coyote's clear desire to stand on her own 2 feet, Paco needs to help her through the door into the Seamstresses Union. Heads raise, and the front door room of the bar falls strangely silent. Paco stands by her side now, not speaking, his dark eyes flat with fury. Coyote presses a rag to her clawed-up face. She winces, but manages to keep control as she breathes in slow, deep breaths to manage the pain. Taking a close look, you see her arm isn't much more than shreds of meat and broken bone held together by tendons and burned skin. It'll be a miracle if she still has it by the end of the night. Mrs. Kabuto is tending bar herself when Paco walk carries the mangled and bleeding Coyote into the Union. As soon as the boss lady lays eyes on her missing bartender, the place gets quiet fast. By the time she rounds the bar to meet you, Coyote is the color of wet spackle, and there's something new in her eyes, fear. This woman has face down hellhounds, but the sight of Mrs. Kabuto has her staring at the floor and mumbling. Woman, how dare you miss 2 shifts and then come back, bleeding on my floor? I'm sorry, Mrs. Kabuto, I had a run that went bad. Soka, I can see that. Your arm is a mess. Was this your crusade again? Do not answer. It will only upset me further. You caused me to worry about the Coyote, and that distracted me from my business. Hi, Mrs. Kabuto. My apologies again. Sherry, take her downstairs to Dr. Castle. Yes, ma'am. And tell Castle to put something new and shiny where that arm used to be. Miss Kabuto, I can't afford a cyber arm. I'm aware of your financial situation. When you are healed, we will discuss the concept of Jiri, the depth of honor. Now go bleed elsewhere. Yes, ma'am. Her anger at Coyote's rashness slowly washes from her eyes and is replaced by tears. She sniffs, wipes them away, and inclines her head to you. Domo arigato, Dystopia. That girl is precious to me. It is not often that we see acts like these in the Barrens. You have performed a great service for my little family, and I welcome you into my home. Consider it yours while your work keeps you here. But we both know that words are mere air. Beyond my thanks, I offer you this remuneration. Please take it as a show of respect. Whiz, I could use a bunk. You will find more than a bunk, Dystopia. There is more to the Union than meets the eye. Below us is a small facility available exclusively for discriminating independent operatives like yourself. In it, you will find vendors selling the best gear the black market has to offer, a fully equipped cyberdock, and a secure place to rest when the dreck hits the fan, as they say. This place is a safe house too? Indeed, normally. I require a percentage of a runner's income for any use of the facility, but as I said, you're a family now. Consider it on the house. To gain entrance, play GAFFC on the piano. Van Grass is busy talking on his comlink, checking his heads-up display and motioning to the runner standing nearby. All at the same time. He's an intense little man. You get the sense that he likes to look busy. I'm Van Grass, make it quick. Busy's good. Talk to me. Mrs. Kabuto said you're a fixer. He still hasn't looked at you. He's going a mile a minute. Nothing for you tonight, sorry. I'm doing a thing right now. Important thing. Talk to you later. Oh, hey guy, one more thing. He covers his comlink for a moment, tilts his head on your way, but you can see he's still staring at his HUD. I'm a fence too. If you got anything you need to unload, come see me. I need to finish this call, perhaps another time. As you slowly peck the notes out on the keyboard, they spark a faint moment of wonder, immediately forgotten as the entire piano slides to the left, revealing a hidden staircase. You descend the stairs into the Union safe house. Make it quick, I need to operate. Thanks for helping me out back there. Tell me about the night Sam Watts died. Sam's dead? Jeez, guy, do you really think this is the time? How did he die? This is going to have to wait. This woman needs surgery now. Okay, folks, I'm going to have to ask you to go sit in the waiting area. Watch some Trivid or something. This young lady and I have some work to do. Take it easy, Kyoto. We'll be here when you wake up. Who said anything about me going to sleep? Just give me something to bite on. You're tough, kid, but you're not that tough. Okay, Coyote, let's take a look at your face. Leave it. Excuse me? Coyote, I earned this face by being stupid. I'm going to keep it. End of story. Whatever you said, kid. With the one swift move, she sinks a syringe into Coyote's thigh. Nighty-night. Coyote looks both better and worse than you last saw her. All the gaping holes are plugged and she is sporting a shiny new cyber arm. But now that the adrenaline is worn off, it's clear she needs some rest. Good morning. Thanks to the miracle of modern science, combined with Dr. Castle's magical healing powers, I'm almost good as new. Better, really. Nice arm. Coyote looks genuinely sad. Look, about Sam, yeah? I can't say I'm surprised he's dead. Sam was on a downward spiral for a long time. What can I tell you? Tell me about Sam. I hear you liked him. I did. He made me laugh. No one else seemed to like Sam's joke, but I did. No accounting for taste. Sam made some bad jokes. Not when he was sober. He was chill and funny, I guess. I guess I knew him the best of everyone here. Sorry he's gone. You served Sam the night he died. What do you remember about that night? It was a pretty average night, regular crowd, as I remember. Sam was drinking with a guy named Armitage. Jake Armitage? Yeah, you know him? Met him. He's a charmer too. She bites her lower lip. I like gingers. Anyway, Jake and Sam were having a few, well, Jake was having a few. Sam was tossing him back, but good. Eventually, he got loud, the way he sometimes did when he mixed drinking and who knows what. Mrs. Kabuto wanted him ejected. Mr. Clue wasn't around and can't remember why, so she asked Jake to do the honors. Jake dragged him out of here, into the alley, and that's the last time I saw Sam. You said he got loud. Do you remember what he was saying? She thinks. Standard Sam Drake. How he grew up rich and didn't deserve this. How he hated his mother. How he loved his mother. It was pretty pathetic stuff. Where did Sam live? On the streets mostly. He'd occasionally convince someone to let him flop on their couch, but he'd always overstay his welcome and get kicked out after a few days. Sometimes I'd sneak him down here so he could crash in one of the bunks. He used one the night before I saw him last. Did Sam have any enemies? She thinks. Enemies. That's hard to say. Sam partied hard, and when he did, he ran his mouth off pretty good. Got his ass kicked on more than one occasion. But no, I don't think he had any enemies. At least none that I'm aware of. How bad was his drinking? If it was just the drink, it would have been bad. But Sam wasn't the monogamous type. He dabbled in everything. Booze, chips, drugs. He loved the nitro, whatever he could get his hands on. He wasn't always like that, but once he got sick, he started using more and more stuff to try and forget about it. Sam was sick. Dying, didn't you know? Yeah, everyone did that. Whoa. I hit the mic. You could just look at him and see he was a walking corpse. It had to be the drinking. Then he disappeared for a while, and one day he came back all better, looked good even. All better, just like that. He said his mom helped him out. Never said how, though. Thanks, Cutie. Now I need you two to do something for me. What do you need, babe? I need you to talk to Mr. Delilah for me about the Ruel run. He's usually upstairs. Tell him I didn't get the gems. Maybe I can take another run at it when I recover. I will. Fuck. The bunk is a mess and reeks of booze. Searching through the sheets, blankets, and pillows, you find an old photograph that has seen a lot of wear. Look at the image on the photo. The picture is of a blonde boy and girl, both about age 14, sitting on a dock on the edge of a lake. They appear to be twins. The boy has his arm tight around the girl's shoulders and is mugging for the camera. The girl is planting a kiss on its cheek while making rabbit ears behind his head with her fingers. Check the back of the photo. Written in a woman's hand is the words Sam and Jessica, Lake Sammamish State Park, summer 2040. Pocket the photo. In the Shadowrunning circles, the term doctor is often used quite liberally to describe any sawbones with a needle and thread, but in the case of the Union's resident medical expert, nothing could be further from the truth. The safe house boasts a fully equipped medical suite, complete with shamanistic fetishes. This is sixth world medicine of the highest caliber. The doctor herself is an unassuming sort, perhaps the type to go unnoticed entirely, if not for the sprightly spirit perched on her shoulder, like her own personal gargoyle. The spirit's burning eyes follow you constantly, even as the doctor's own eyes are buried in her shants. However, she does look up long enough to acknowledge your approach. I'm Dr. Castle. I understand you were instrumental in bringing Coyote back to us. Thank you for that. And I suppose you were the one who patched her up. Impressive work. Thank you. It's a shame she wouldn't let me repair her face, though. She notices you eyeballing the facility. I can tell you're surprised to find a full-service med bay under a dive bar in the slums. Don't be. This is a Shadowrunner bar, after all. For a purveyor of cyberware and trauma kits, there is no better place to set up a practice. I patch runners up, install and maintain their cyberware, and provide medical supplies for their runs. I may not be as mobile as Doc Wagon, but I'm the next best thing. Can I help you with anything? Tell me more about trauma kits. Chroma kits are fully automated stabilization units that include a defibrillator, spray-on synthetic skin, and medical nanomachines. They can save a runner's life if you move fast enough. So if you're bleeding out, one of those can get you back on your feet. Exactly, but you have to be quick. This is Dockwagon's own field tech, but even their stuff has its limits. What cyberware do you have available? Zero-Tech Cyberrun Basic. Technology Basic Replacement Limb that adds 6 HP. That one is pretty nice. Cyberware causes essence loss. This affects the magic rating of your character, as magic is equal to essence rounded down. Magic is very important for spellcasters. The base number of spell slots available to the caster is equal to half of their magic, rounded down. Therefore, losing essence can cause spell slots to be permanently lost. In addition, each point of magic lost increases all spell cooldowns by +1. Casting a spell again while it is on its cooling causes drain damage to the caster. You cannot have less than 1 essence. I see shamanistic fetishes. You're a shaman too? While modern medical technology makes surgery less disruptive than it used to be, it's still an ordeal for both the body and the spirit, requiring extensive recuperation to properly heal. I am trained in the ways of the spirit world as well as the scientific world. I do my best to heal the whole patient. What's that on your shoulder? This little guy supports the healing rituals I perform on my patients after surgery, dramatically reducing their recovery time. Not standard procedure, of course, but results speak for themselves. Past the board, the edges of the safe house become somewhat indistinct due to the magical haze surrounding a particular elf. The man seems only half of this realm, his mind wandering the far horizons of astral space while his body peddles his otherworldly wares. Good evening, young human, and welcome to this humble home that we call the Union. I am Algernon Halfdream. To ease your way through the sixth world, I offer you the best in magical foci, spells, and fetishes for the conjuring of spirits. Another time, old journal. Change your clothes, change your life, right? Not only will you look better, not that you look bad now or anything, but each one will help to keep you on the right side of the ground. Take a look, show me what you have. Theodore Buster Gruberman is a well-groomed orc dressed with a precision that suggests the straight lines of a military officer's uniform. His hair is cropped short, high and tight, as they say, and the neatness this presents is only compromised by the uneven tusks protruding from his mouth. The only other defect in this picture of perfection is the man's cybernetic right arm, which is obviously enough to be noticeable, but not so obvious as to ruin the line of the suit. When he speaks, the orc's voice is soft and thoughtful, and he talks almost exclusively in numbers, calibers, ranges, rounds per second, arc of fire, razoring factors, tensile strength, and of course, price. Bunker Buster Gruberman, at your service. Friends call me Buster. I also answer to Sergeant, Sir, or even Theodore on occasion. Anytime you're in the market for firearms, ammunition, and ordnance, I'm your man. How can I help you? What exactly do you sell? Things that go bang in all shapes and sizes, plus other odds and ends. On occasion, consider me your own personal armory. All weapons are guaranteed to meet strict UCAS military spec on your money or your money back. In addition, I can handle routine maintenance, repairs and upgrades if you so desire. And if that wasn't enough, I also teach a safety and instructional course every weekend. This week we're covering bayonets. Mark my word, they're making a comeback. So what can I get you? Simo pal. Every inch of the tech alcove is covered in a chaotic patchwork quilt of circuit boards, chips, wires, displays, and a million other things that you can't identify. In the eye of this techno-bits storm stands a dwarf, immaculately dressed and supremely calm. I know that look. Don't let the size of the shop fool you. I can get any Matrix hardware or software that exists, and if it doesn't exist, then I can get it made for you. Any questions I can answer, or anything gear you need. What's a deck? You jack into the matrix or on the context of a run. When you jack into the local nodes of the facility you're in, the deck determines how many programs and ESPs you can carry and the firepower of your base matrix attack. Decks have IP. When the deck's IP is reduced to 0, you'll get booted from the system and it'll hurt. What's a program? A program in the matrix allows you to defend your avatar against countermeasures and enemy deckers. There are a wide variety of different programs for attack and defense at different power levels. As you progress as a decker, you can use more powerful versions of these programs. What's an ESP? Johnny, you want to take this one? Johnny Clean. Sure, when you infiltrate the facility on a run, you have a team. When you jack into the matrix, you are all alone. That's where ESPs come in. An ESP is a highly advanced artificial life program, which when you deploy it manifests as another team member in the matrix. Different types of ESPs have different abilities. What do you have for sale? Renraku Kraftwerk. Oh, I'm being rude. Let me introduce you to our resident decker and my good friend Johnny Clean. Well, in the same overalls that you saw him in upstairs, down here, leaning over this workbench crammed with circuit boards, cable and chips, Johnny Clean seems a total different person. You get the impression that Johnny was once as hot and as invisible as the most infamous deckers today. Good to see you down here. Happy to be of help if I can be. How is decking used? The decking skill is often used just on terminals in the real world to get information, hack doors, etc. But occasionally a run will have the option or the requirement to go into the local matrix LAN of the facility you are infiltrating in order to gain access to the valuable information or control more important things in the real world. Why are you dressed as a janitor? Did I stand up out upstairs? No, janitors never do. When I was younger, I had a rep for getting in and getting out of system so cleanly that no one knew I was there. Half the matrix runs that earned me my rep were made possible because I was able to get inside the facilities, posing as a janitor. Now it's just sort of part of me. Is it true that you were part of the Echo Mirage team? Let me take this one. Listen, I've known the guy for over a decade, and he's been smart enough not to tell me. So he's sure as hell not going to tell you anything about those days. For your health and his, best let the subject drop. See you guys around. Mr. Delilah looks small and tough, with an untraceable shotty on his back and a heavy vest under his trench coat. He's got the air of someone who got things done and occasionally does them himself. He might be an ex-runner, one of the rare ones smart enough to move over to management when he felt his reflexes slowing down. What do you want? Mr. Delilah, we have business to discuss. What business? I got no business with you. We're with Coyote. She's indisposable at the moment. At the mention of Coyote, he finally gives you his full attention. Why didn't you say so? Coyote is late and my client is getting anxious. Where is she? Downstairs, trying on a new arm. Your run went south for her. No kidding. Well, whatever. She's tough. She'll pull through. So, who are you two? Dystopia. He's Paco. Great, we're all introduced. Now give me my stones. Give him all the stones. In an instant, there's a jeweler's scope on his eye, moving quickly through what appears to be the most valuable stones. He stops when he finds what appears to be an ordinary pebble inscribed with Hebrew characters. That's the one. He pockets it. Okay, you done good, but you're late, and Coyote knows that in this case, late equals no payment. But I'm feeling magnanimous tonight, so you guys can keep the rest of the gems as your reward. Mr. Delilah looks you up and down, takes you all in. Listen, you look like the sort of man who might run a crew of your own one day. Might need a little talent. When that happens, you come to me. I'll set you up. He dismisses you with a wave. Looks like you impressed him. I know a fence for those gems. One grass. Follow me. Van Grass is fiddling with his cyber eye while noodling his PDA. You're back, still busy. What's your story? We have some pretty things to sell. You won't see them. I have some fondness for pretty things. Let me see. You hear the servos in Van Grass' cyber eye whir as a magnifying lens slips into position. He bends his head over the stones for 2 seconds, maybe less. Where do you get this trick? A gumball machine. I'll give you 1,000 for them. Sounds good. Pay me. Done. Give me your cred stick. How else may I be of service? You mentioned Coyote's crusade. What is it? Coyote grew up in the Royale, but managed to escape that life. However, her cousin was apparently not so lucky. He came to town about a year ago and fell in with the wrong circle. He was introduced to sim ships and became addicted to BTLs. Coyote has been tearing her way through ship houses for months now, searching for him and acting as a one-woman cleanup crew. Are any Johnsons or fixers here tonight? In addition to Mr. Delilah, you may wish to speak to Van Grass. He is often stage-side. Van Grass is most often a receiver of found articles, but he occasionally has work. If you don't mind, how did you get involved in all this? I'm a former runner. Now I provide a safe haven and a marketplace for runners who need a trustworthy place to congregate and do business. Spend karma. Return to Coyote. You're back. I think the highlights of the Wolves games will be on soon. Wanna take a load off and watch it with me? I found something in the bunk Sam was using. Yeah, great. What was it? A photo. Did you know Sam had a twin sister? Yeah, I did. He mentioned her once or twice. It didn't sound like they got along that well, she thinks. He was rambling on about her the last time I saw him. By that point, he was completely gone. I really couldn't follow what he was saying, but he sounded miserable. Your comlink chips, and the screen shows the smiling face of Officer Aguirre. If he's smiling, it must be about money. Officer Aguirre, what a pleasure to hear from you. Yeah, we're buddies. Let's go dancing soon. Listen, the Ripper got another one. The victim worked at the NTSB investigation facility down on the docks. You owe me for this. Put it on the tab. You there now? Better get it quick before McCluskey arrives. The image on your PDA dissolves as the call ends. Another Ripper murder. Where? The docks. I've got to go. Okay, listen. I want to help. You dragged me out of the Royale before. Something bad happened. Worse than getting my arm torn off. And Sam was my friend. You head to the dock and I'll see if I can track down Sam's sister Jessica. She might be able to help us. Thanks, appreciate the help. Let's take a look at what you got. The South Seattle docks. Leaving the Seamstress Union behind, you head to the docks. The Ripper killed Sam, and maybe he or she slipped up with this latest victim, left some useful evidence. Only one way to find out. South Seattle's your typical industrial area. Grit, grime, and grey. The rain doesn't help matters any. Layers of dirt mix with abandoned wooden pallets, repurposed into makeshift furniture for the day workers. Garbage collects in the gutters of the broken down streets. Disreputable is this district's middle name. Your destination, the National Transportation Safety Board warehouse, is located on the small strip of dock towards the less maintained end of the waterfront. Despite the presence of those who linger in such places, it's quiet as you approach the gate. Okay, that's gonna be it for now, but why the hell did the music just explode? Jeez. Fucking music is out of control in this game. Okay, see you later.